Welcome to Peaceful Streaming. So I'm back working on the Lost Palace because in a few days the next like free DLC kind of is coming. It's gonna be what am I trying to say? Tomb Raider locations. So that'll be pretty cool. So this is the one I finished. This is the site I finished. So I thought I would... I'm not going to grab that yet. I thought I'd go to this side. I wonder if... Yeah, we probably don't have any more cleaner in here. It would be very surprising. Nope, all out of stone cleaner. Okay. That's what I figured. Let's see. I think, well, I'm going to start with yellow. I mean green and see what happens. Probably should, I don't know. Maybe I should just start with yellow. Probably, yeah. Oh, looks like it's going pretty well. Uh-oh. Shoot, I'm having that problem where it's not, I'm tabbing and it's not showing the dirt. The thing is that that seems oddly enough to fix itself. Here, I'm gonna go to back to career mode. That seems oddly enough to, let's just go. I'm just gonna pop over to this. Oh, it won't let me. Okay. Let's pop over there. We'll reset any, sure. It seems to reset itself when you get a message, but I'm thinking that in this Lost Palace I may not have any more messages, so hopefully this will fix it. If not, it'll kind of suck, but okay. So God, this thing is big. No wonder I'm only at 14%. Not really surprised. Okay. Yes. Now it works. Yeah, this is tough. This stuff is because this is like simulated barnacle shells, algae. What else is on here? Yeah, it's not your average dirt. So I actually should have started working on this like a couple weeks ago when I heard about. I should have just finished it to begin with, but you know, stuff happens. Palace pyramid wall. Okay, so then this is all one piece. Wow, okay. Seriously? That's the rear octopus wall. Yeah, this is not, is this really not divided into parts like the other wall was? Oh well. Hey Nikki, how are you doing? Oh. You're just okay? Is that like not doing great or just the general answer. Hi, Barry. I'm doing okay. Oh, I don't feel great because I did my shot, but stuff happens. It could be worse. Okay, I think I'm going to be... Let's see. I guess, well, let's do no extension. Yeah, just okay for now. Yeah, just one of those days. Oh, shoot. This is so this wall is just one big piece. It's not divided up into sections. It's kind of a pain. I was wondering also if I should do some inside because I'm claustrophobic, so I like to break that up. So I'm thinking maybe I'll do some more of this wall, but then I'll go and do some inside. That definitely makes me claustrophobic. That because it's dirty and it's inside, and there's not a lot of light coming in. So it's like a it's like a triple hit for claustrophobia. Let's see. Oh, excuse me. They had one of these jobs, let's see. There were two jobs that may be kind of claustrophobic. There was the converted, there was the public bathroom that someone was going to convert into a into a nightclub, which was interesting. And then there was the subway thing. Subway thing wasn't as bad because it was so big, but and the other one was really cool, so that kept me distracted so I didn't get totally claustrophobic. These edges are kind of tough to do if you're not exactly in the right position. So I didn't use any cleaner on this. It seems like that might be a good idea. How much do I have left? Oh, I'm doing... How did I get on plastic? That makes no sense. I was like all excited thinking, how do I have all that? Nope, I don't. It must just default to plastic because I had the same thing happen yesterday. Oh man, yeah, that's going quickly. Oh wow, I didn't use it at all on this. Okay. Oh, I guess I'm going to use up the rest. Maybe I should save it for inside. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Now, this is like okay, I'm an idiot for not having used this. Okay. If you do it right, then it works really well. Okay. Yeah, I'm a complete moron. Oh my God, seriously. If you do it straight on, it is problematic. But it seems like if you do it at an angle, then that does eliminate some of that problem with, well, maybe not a lot. It seems like yeah, maybe it's better to be up close, and that's why. Oh my God, look how fast this is. So that was divided up into Barry, I'm doing okay, given that I did my shots, so I can't complain. I was able to exercise yesterday, so you know that's and do as much as I, maybe not as I wanted to, but as I had hoped to do, so I can't complain. Okay, so this tool is like awesome. Now I'm too close. So yeah, it's like if you're at the right angle, it works really well. Okay. Yeah, so it's better if, well, I don't know. I guess there are no absolutes with this, but it's certainly working. It's certainly working well. Of course, I haven't. Yeah, even when I check for dirt that I've missed, that's pretty good. Okay, so I was just an idiot not to be using it before. It just seemed to me like more work than it was worth. I think it's better up close. I think, yeah, I don't know. It just seemed like it was not worth the effort, or it wasn't like gonna do any better than other stuff, and I was totally wrong. It may just be in how you use it. For some reason, it's easier for me to do from the left. I have no idea why. So, Barry, how are you doing? Oh, excuse me. I don't know why I'm yawning. I apologize. Wow, see, look at that. Like there's barely any stuff left over. It's pretty good. Okay, so start down here at this part. Oh yeah, look at that. That's like amazing. Yes. I guess I should have known that a late game item would be pretty good. I don't know what I got discouraged too easily. I should have played around with it more. Yeah, wow, that works really, really well. Yeah, there's like almost nothing left over. It is hard doing it from this way. It probably has something to do with my hand not working or something. I don't know. Look at that. Man. There's like nothing left over. If you do it right, I guess. Yeah, it's the angle is really important in this, it looks like, for this tool. Oh, so you were waiting around for the rooms to be open? It's kind of a drag when you're ready to do something and then you have to sit around waiting. Kind of like, well, what do I do in the meantime? What can I actually get done? One reason I like knitting is because you can always, even if you only have like a short amount of time, you can always get like a couple rows done. So it feels like, you know, you accomplished something, which you actually did. But so no matter how little time you have, you can get something done. Yeah, this works like incredibly well. I'm glad I stopped being a dumbass and started using it. Oh, well, that's good. When I was in college, for some reason, I had roommates who like never cleaned the room, which was okay because I liked cleaning, but still, it's kind of like even if you like cleaning, it's like, you know, you could help once in a while. And then I moved into an apartment senior year with a really good friend. And it was so funny because she was raised with a housekeeper. And so we were cleaning. How were we cleaning? I guess, was that when? I don't know when that was. I think, I'm not 100% sure. It was because a guy I was dating who actually is someone who ended up being a pretty famous online commentator. And I was, how old was I then? Like 20, 21, 20, I think. And I just was like gaga over him. Anyway, he was coming to pick me up. So my friend was like, my roommate friend was like, I'll help you clean. And I was like, are you sure? And she's like, yeah, no, I'll help you clean. I'll do the bathroom. I was like, oh, thanks. So she tells me she's done with the bathroom. And she thought that all you had to do to clean the bathroom was clean the inside of the sink and the inside of the toilet bowl. And I was like, I absolutely love you. I really do. But that's not all you have to do. So I showed her how to clean a bathroom. So, but it was pretty funny. Oh, bye, Nikki. Thank you. This definitely is pretty awesome. This tool. What is this called? Prima Vista Pro triple tip nozzle. Now I don't think I think I've bought everything in the shop except what? Oh, because I'm not using that one anymore. I'm using the. I was like, why didn't I buy that? I'm using the Prima Vista Pro. So there's really no point in buying the other stuff. I guess, yeah, that's what it came down to. Whoops. So I guess this, yeah, this will go up to the yellow part, and then that section will be done. Oh, there's a little bit. I'm trying to remember if my son does the multiplayer with me. I can't remember if, since he's not up to this point, does he only get to use the stuff he's unlocked, or does he get to use I'm trying to remember also, can he help me with something I haven't finished? I'm pretty sure he can. Wait a minute, why didn't that ding? It's got a little bit left. Ay, 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 where is it? Ah, this color is the worst for seeing the dirt. I don't know. It could be anywhere. Ah, there's a little. So maybe just look from a different angle. Maybe there's just in the seams. Is there anything? Come on. I think I may have seen something there. Maybe. Okay. Well, maybe I'll do what I did that one time. I'll just do the edge. Yep, that did it. I think I'm going to do a little inside because I don't want to. So, seems like a good idea. They really don't let you have a chance of falling on this thing. Okay, I'm going to start on something blah. So let's see. How about I'll start on this wall. Is it still doing stone? Please tell me it is. Yes. Oh my God, there's a second floor. I forgot about that part. Okay. So this is less fun for me and more claustrophobic because there's no windows. So I'm going to get some of that done. This is a little tedious too, I think. Like stuff like that is always fun. So before my roommate moved out, she would literally leave food out and trash everywhere. I'm very glad I don't know. Wow, that sucks. That's just gross. I think they really should match up roommates. I mean, when I did it, they did. I don't think they had this option like, how often do you clean? You know, how often do you pick stuff up? Do you leave? You know, how long is it before you feel like you need to pick something up? Let's see. How long do you leave food out? Stuff like that. Although I suppose they probably feel like you should have at least one person in a room who's cleaning, or else you're going to attract lots of vermin. I had this one roommate. She was a little bit of a ditz. She had, you know, we all had food in the room, obviously. But she left hers in a box on the floor of the closet. And we got mice. So I was just like, yeah, no. A cardboard box on the floor of the closet is really not going to protect your stuff. I don't think we had plastic bins then, not as such. So, yeah, we didn't have a lot of storage options like we do now. But there were better ones, like the shelf of the closet, for instance. So, yeah, like I said, she was a little bit of a ditz. That makes me feel a little less claustrophobic with the lights. Let's clean those. Kind of like in the subway one of the first things I cleaned was the lights because it made me feel a little better. Yeah, once you start cleaning it, it's not that bad. Like the claustrophobia isn't that bad, except that outside isn't sunny because it's the whole thing about the volcano like spewing all this ash, that whole storyline. So, and it's a little more oppressive. Okay, so this has parts. This has small parts. Atrium alcove wall. Okay, so is it just this wall? Yes. No. Oh, no. Okay, so the murals are one part. The frames are another part. And then the walls, everything that's not those things. Okay. I see. Yeah, I think if you do it straight on, well, no, I'm wrong. Mural. Okay, let's finish cleaning off that part. Yeah, I know. The awkwardly talked to part is actually for me a lot of the time was just the awkwardly ignored part. I never like I never was like really good friends with a roommate. Hi, it's Cal. I'm on my way back to Rushless to see what's going on. Okay. So there are still some hex. There have been reports of volcanic activity across the entire Pacific Rim. So the mural's done. The frame still needs some. This really doesn't sound good. Yep, Cal, it does not sound good. Okay, so the frame must, I had a feeling it was if I went from a different angle. Yeah, okay. So the wall, atrium alcove wall. Okay, so that's got to be a different ceiling. Okay, so that's the ceiling. Okay. Yeah, and then first freshman year, I had a really good friend, and She was rooming with someone else because obviously we didn't meet till after, you know, the year started. And then she was just one of these really, really chill people. And so, um, I felt like my impression was that she and her roommate got along really well, and I just assumed that they were going to room together again. And then so another woman that I was kind of friends with, the one who ultimately was the one who left the food on the floor of the closet, asked if I wanted to be roommates, and I said sure because it seemed like she was someone that I, could get along with pretty well. And then my friend Stephanie was like, "Oh, I was gonna ask if you wanted to be roommates," and I was like, I wish you'd asked." But she just was like one of those. She was one of those people who's so laid back that, like, it's they never get around to stuff when they should. I suppose I should have asked, but anyway. But I ended up getting kicked out of school for one semester. So like I went to so then sophomore year, I was there. I got in between freshman and sophomore year, I got a notice that I was going to be on academic probation. And so I did buckle down, but I ended up like being late on papers for two of the classes. And so I'm not sure if that was it, but the professors didn't turn in the changes to the grades until after the committee had met, that, the committee that went over like things like academic probation. And then, so my grades weren't good enough to stay in. And so they kicked me out, and I'm like, wait. I got in touch with them. I'm like, wait, my grades got changed, and they were like, oh yeah, here they are. Well, unfortunately, the committee doesn't meet for another month, and it doesn't really make sense. So why don't you, take some classes and then reapply? And I was like, yeah, it wasn't. That was like, I think that was when I had my first major depression, and so so I was just kind of in shock. So my dad, bless his heart, because I didn't have a car. I don't think. I think end up using one of my parents. So my dad took me to UConn, the UConn extension, and I got signed up for classes, and signed up for two classes, and then I worked also because that's what they recommended. I guess I don't remember, but and I got back in. And then after that, after I got back into school the next year, I was on Dean's List like every single semester because I was like, yeah, I totally appreciate this now. The problem with growing up, like with it just being expected that you're going to go to college and your parents paying for it, or most of it, is like, well, of course I was going through severe depression, and just dysthymia, low level depression. So, I mean, it was partly, but it was just like I didn't really appreciate it as much as I should. And so once I got back in, I was like, I practically kissed the ground when I got there. I was like so happy to be back, because after being independent at college for like all that time, it was really hard to go back to living at home. So, but yeah, so that was it. I did well. I did well from then on, except for the part where I again was a little like, I was kind of just not really good at figuring out what I still had to do, and my advisor was just checked out. So it ended up like the last semester, when I was registering for stuff, where they sent me a notice saying, by the way, you haven't filled the math and phys ed requirements. And I was like, oh crap. So I ended up then having to take math and the teacher for math was, gosh, I don't know. I think she was Indian, and I could not understand her. So it was this huge struggle for me. First of all, I do horrible at math, and I didn't understand what she was saying. So it was a big struggle. And I was doing an internship. Oh, wait a minute. I wasn't doing it that semester. That I did it the semester before. But it still was like I was down to the wire. I already had a job at the end of the semester, and I was like, oh, please don't let me fail this math exam. How would I fit, how would I take the class? So luckily I didn't fail. Probably got pretty close, but didn't actually. Now, did this wall, I got the atrium wall, I got that part, okay. So that's a good start inside, I think. Now, how are you supposed to do the ceiling if you don't have a ladder? I guess our extensions are enough. Like, I don't even have the long extension on this one, so, okay. But I mean, I had undiagnosed, untreated depression, ADHD. I was on the spectrum. I'm actually kind of proud of myself for graduating college, to be honest. I just learned how to deal with assignments. Like, I learned, the problem was I was an English lit major, which was a huge mistake. There are no jobs. So I wrote a lot of papers. And what happened initially is that I just would get stuck. I was such a perfectionist that I would get stuck on like every single word. And I learned what I needed to do instead was just write stream of consciousness, go back, edit, edit, edit. And that worked for me. So editing was like much easier than like trying to get it perfect the first time. So there's no way I can bring the scaffolding in here. I guess I figure that you've got enough tools at this point. So I just learned what worked for me. But I don't test well. That's the problem. I always freeze up during tests. So probably should have stuck with what I originally went to that college for, which was library science. But then this English professor talked me into an English lit degree, and it was just dumb. But especially when you have depression, you just kind of drift a lot. That's a big problem. It's so like I said, I'm kind of just proud of myself for graduating. With all the stuff that I was dealing with. So now this isn't working as well. So I think if I go up close, I don't know, it's the angle again. I think this angle is a better one. I don't know why. I'm probably imagining that. Yeah, it's something, just get the right angle and distance, and this works incredibly well. But you do have to, yeah, see, look at this. This is not, there's just something about this. So maybe, okay, so I have no extension. Yeah, the short extension didn't seem like it was working well. Maybe I'm delusional. I think I was doing it in the strokes that were too large. I think that was the problem. So I was talking about like recently about Extraordinary Attorney Woo. So I found I've never been able to really crochet well, but I found a pattern for crocheting Extraordinary Attorney Woo, and it's just such a good pattern that I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try crocheting. It's my hands, because of MS. It's really, crocheting is like much harder with my hands, like having poor fine motor coordination. So, but I'm gonna try it because it's just really, really adorable, the pattern. So it's like it has her in her beige suit and with her earphones, and I think it also has patterns for whales and dolphins, so her favorite things. So I'm gonna do it. Oh, is that equal? Did I do? Yeah, okay. What I really like about the show is you just you're seeing her um you're seeing her learn. I mean, she's in a new environment. She's she had gotten used to a great extent the academic environment and excelled there, and then this is the workplace is like this, in the courtroom is this new environment, and then she gets into a relationship with this like adorable guy, and the relationship is absolutely freaking adorable, and so she's learning that, and it's like, so you can see where she makes mistakes, obviously, but you can see where she also starts learning, what how to try to acknowledge other people, and you know and understand what they need, and they learn what she needs. So and apparently in Korea it's like, well, in many places it's much less understood than it is in the US. And in the US is not that well understood, but so it's nice to see that they did something. They did this series, and I think it's the second series is kind of an absolute definite because it did so well. But it's really I mean, even, I don't know, I guess even if you don't have something, you're gonna have your lesson, okay, have a good time. You're welcome. My college experience, yeah, it's good for a laugh. Yeah, anyway, take care. Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. But I think it's good even for people who don't have autism and maybe don't necessarily expect or don't currently interact with someone who has autism, or maybe you may not know that they actually do. They may look at someone with fresh eyes and be like, oh, okay, maybe that's, maybe autism would explain, or being on the spectrum would explain why that person's like that. I tell this story sometimes. It still kind of makes me cringe. It shouldn't, but this was when I was in fourth grade. I just like did not I I I didn't have a filter at all, I guess. And I was shy, but I still like there was this guy I had a crush on. And I went up to him when he was hanging out with the guys, because at that point, girls and boys really don't, they don't hang out together anymore. And I said, I like you and I want you to come over to my house after school. I was just like, I mean, he didn't answer me, obviously. So, yeah. Yep. I look back now and I'm like, oh my God, why did I do that? But, I did it because I just didn't really understand that that was definitely not the way to do things. So, yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, I have to say I get a lot less claustrophobic once some of this dirt is off and some of the faux lighting is showing. So actually, that'll probably help. Maybe what I'll do next time, which will probably be a little later on today, since I have so much to do on this, when I go inside is just clean the lights so that I don't feel as claustrophobic. Now this is definitely, I'm thinking maybe I should switch to no extension. I think that helps. It's, with this tool, it's definitely a matter of like finding the right angles and extensions, depending on how close you are. But if you get that right, I have to say, it's amazing. This one's supposed to be going out to branch 99. He's not going. Oh, huh. That's interesting. Okay, I think I'm gonna check out and maybe see if I can finish that. Wherever it was. Is it this wall? Yeah. Not the part sticking out. What's that called? Oh, the rear octopus wall. But the rest of this. I think it's really better. Yeah, with these walls, it's good to get pretty close with no extension. If you can hear yelling in the background, that's my son playing online with some friends. And yelling on Discord. So he has one friend in like Alabama or something who is just like this rural Alabama who has this terrible internet. Just seeing from this angle if I missed. Okay. Yeah, so I think the free DLC is coming out Tuesday the 31st. Is Tuesday the 31st? I think it is. It's funny because when I did scheduling in my job for someone, I had the calendar in my head and now it's just like, eh. I'm trying to remember. Oh, was I supposed to do my time card? No, it wasn't. It's next week. Okay. I mean, it's really weird because I went from a salary job back to hourly, and so I'm paid every 2 weeks now instead of once a month. So I'm not in that every 2 weeks groove anymore. And with the salary, I only had to put on my time card when I was sick or took vacation time. So I could just ignore it otherwise, if I remember. And now I'm like, I have my reminder every 2 weeks, every 2 weeks. It's hard to get a good angle on these. Put it mildly. Well, yeah, this actually works pretty well for this. It's that thing up there. I don't have ladders. Like if I had ladders, I could get up there. There's got to be a way, or else they wouldn't have. And there's a scaffolding looking very tiny down there, so that's not the way. How am I supposed to get? There is a way. I know there is. Maybe it's just jumping up and down. That might be it. That's possible. Jumping up, spraying, jumping up again, spraying. Oh, is that? Oh, see, there's the ledges. Okay, so that one's done. Getting there. Hmm. Why is that tiny little bit so difficult? I think I got it. Anyway, I think I'm going to stop there because I am going to do a stream later on. At, at least one. What time is it? Okay, well, probably just one, maybe two. But yeah, because I'm 20 only at 27%. So yeah, I just want to thank Nikki and Barry for stopping by, and of course everyone watching the VOD, and there were other people who stopped by, so I really appreciate that. So yeah, and as again everyone watching the VOD, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it. Hope you're doing well and taking care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.